Hello, it's Zannah, Artistic Director, Chief Executive at Pavilion Dance Southwest, PDSW here, for my weekly updates. It's been really full on here at PDSW. I don't know why I say here, because of course I'm working from my sheds in my yard. Everybody else is working remotely, but everywhere we're working is pretty busy. We're down to about half of our capacity now and focusing on four main areas. Firstly, commissioning and contracting both work that we already had in the pipeline and some work that we didn't, that we are creating now as a way of supporting dancers, choreographers and companies when they need the money and they need the creativity to keep them going over the next few months. So we're busy working on some new programs with companies there. Programming. We're trying to think about when we can get back into the building or program from at all. So we've closed down all of our public activity until September, with the hope of opening again on the 5th of September, which is the 10th anniversary of our opening Pavilion Dance in Bournemouth. And we were going to have a big celebration following Chris Whitty's statements this week, that it's likely that we're going to see some kinds of irregularity in life for at least another year. I just don't know if we're going to be able to open in the autumn even. And of course, arts and culture will be one of the last areas of work to go back to normality. So we've sort of got a plan A, which is a live program plan, and a plan B, which is shifting the whole lot onto digital, which happens to coincide with our Dance and Technology Summit in October, which we were planning anyway. And we've also got 2 or 3 other digital works with live works with a very strong digital in them. So maybe we can create something around that, make it digital. So we've kind of got plans A's and B's and talking to lots of peers to see where we're all getting to with programming. The third thing is compliance, a horrible word, but we are a charity and a company, and we have just gone past year end. So financially and data-wise, we have a lot of work to do to mop up all of our accounts and our statistics from last year. And to return them to our board and to Arts Council England, as we're a national portfolio organisation. And lastly, research about how to anticipate what change there might be to society, how that might impact our audiences, the companies and dancers that we work with, our environments, our economy. So to finish, I'm just going to share 2 things that I've been reading as part of my research. This is one of them, Pale Rider by Laura Spinney, which is about the Spanish flu 100 years ago. It's a fascinating book. It shows there were 3 waves of the Spanish flu, with the second wave, which is about 6 months after the first wave, being the deadliest bout of flu. 1 in 3 people in the world caught it, and between 50 and 100 million people died. And it changed society afterwards, is Laura's claim, in that there was more state support afterwards, coordinated health systems, different way of viewing medicine and health generally. All sorts of demographic and health causal effects, obviously. But also there was something interesting about its impact on the arts. And she says, those who think about the Spanish flu at all often wonder why, when it left a cluster of tombstones in almost every graveyard in the world, it didn't weave a similar vein through the arts of the time. My suspicion is that this one will. And I think that there are museums collecting information about it, and there are creatives working on it already. So my suspicion is that we will be responding. And of course, for us, do we go back as normal straight away, or actually, what do we need? A period where we are acknowledging and confronting and exploring what this experience has been like for us all. Which way do we go with our programming as we move forward? And in the same book, Pale Rider, it says that there was a quote from a historian called Philip Ziegler about the plague, which said that following the plague there was painful readjustment, demoralization, and lawlessness. Such are the familiar symptoms of a society recovering from the shock of the plague. So some of these things influence how we think about what we want to program and how we work with our communities, our public communities, in the future, and trying to work with them to explore what kinds of work we might be putting on in the future. And on a lighter note, I'm going to finish with my favourite magazine, Flow. I hope some of you are reading this. Which way is it there? Which is a creative magazine from the Netherlands, and it's about slowing down, celebrating creativity, imperfection, and life's little pleasures. And I recommend it to anybody who loves the slow life, who loves thinking about alternative ways of being, and about creating being core to life. And unexpectedly, they've got a quote from Marilyn Monroe in it, and I never thought I'd quote from Marilyn Monroe. And the quote is, "Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together." And I leave you with that today. Take care. Bye-bye.